The best cartoons are full of amazing characters, but you've probably seen a character that looks very similar to another one from the same show or from another animation by the same company.
Sup, girly?
Maui?
Can I get a chee-hoo?
Did you know this happens because animation studios like Disney love reusing their characters?
I'm here. Whew, just 1 second. Let me catch my breath.
One case where this happens is in Bluey, right with our main character. Have you ever noticed how similar she looks to another dog that appears in the show, Rusty? He's basically Bluey, only he's a boy with red fur. This isn't just a coincidence. The truth is, Rusty was actually supposed to be the main character of the show. So, instead of episodes focusing on Bluey and the healers, they were supposed to be about Rusty and his family. Crazy to find that out, right? As we all know, that idea didn't go forward, and Bluey was created to take the lead role, while Rusty stayed as a part of the show's supporting cast. But it's easy to see that to create the blue dog, they just took Rusty's look and made a few changes, like the fur color, which is the most obvious change. Be honest, you'd never guess that's why these two characters look so alike, right? And the surprises don't stop here because Rusty is only the first of 10 recycled characters you didn't know about. So, jump into this wave because Cinewave is starting. Inside Out was a big hit for Disney when it came out in 2015, and its sequel managed to be an even bigger success. The main character in both films is Riley, who has to deal with her emotions as she grows up. Maybe you didn't notice, but Riley has a strong resemblance to a character from Toy Story who you might not even remember exists, and that character is Mrs. Davis, Andy's mom. They really look a lot alike, both in hair and face shape. Could this be a coincidence, or did Disney's artists use an older character as inspiration for Riley's appearance? Both possibilities are likely, but of course, some Disney fans would find it suspicious. That's why there's a theory online to explain this resemblance. According to the theory, Andy's mom is actually Riley in the future. In other words, Inside Out would take place in the same universe as Toy Story, set many years before Woody's adventures, when Andy's mom was just a young girl. This theory is part of the popular Pixar theory, which suggests that all Pixar movies exist in different times of the same universe. So, if this is ever confirmed, movies like Inside Out, Toy Story, The Incredibles, Turning Red, and Cars would all be in the same universe according to the theory, and it would be totally possible that Riley is actually Andy's mom. Can you imagine how wild it would be if this turned out to be true? Encanto is undoubtedly one of Disney's best animations, and Mirabelle has a unique look compared to other Disney movie protagonists. She's the kind of person you could definitely see in your neighborhood. And yet, Disney created another character who looks quite similar to her shortly after Encanto was released in 2021. That other character is Priia, one of May's best friends in Turning Red. Though she's the opposite of Mirabelle in personality, their physical resemblance is undeniable. If someone told me Priia was Mirabelle's long-lost sister, I'd totally believe it. Luckily, Priia definitely managed to stand out thanks to her unique outfits and attitudes. This shows us that even when a character's look is reused to create another, it doesn't necessarily mean the new character will be a complete copy. It just means the company thought they could use the original character as a base for something different. To celebrate Disney's 100th anniversary, Wish includes many references to the company's popular films. Maybe that's why Asha, the movie's princess, looks suspiciously similar to two other Disney characters who, by coincidence, starred in recent films that were definitely better received than Wish. These characters are Isabella from Encanto and Moana from Moana. If you pay attention, you'll notice that Asha really took some features from these two characters. Her face is shaped a lot like Moana's, while her overall style looks a lot like Isabella Madrigal's. The biggest difference with Asha is her braided hair, although it can still be compared to Isabella's hair in terms of length and shape. It's too bad Wish didn't manage to do as well as Encanto and Moana, since it's clear Disney wanted to bring the best of both worlds with this movie's princess. If you think the similarities between these characters are amazing, comment #twins below. Bet you didn't think even horses would get the recycled treatment in animated films. But yep, that's exactly what happened with Pegasus, the daring winged horse in Hercules, an older classic from 1997. Pegasus, Hercules' loyal and comical flying horse, has such a unique look and personality that naturally, Disney couldn't pass up the chance to reuse a character so memorable that most people wouldn't remember to make the comparison. This new character is Maximus from Tangled. The two are so similar that it'd be hard to believe Disney if they ever said it was just a coincidence, or maybe even an accident. Not only do the two horses look alike, but their personalities aren't too different either. Both are heroic and hilarious horses with a rivalry going on. Maximus doesn't like Flynn, and Pegasus isn't a fan of Megara since Hercules is in love with her. Remember the movie Strange World? No? Just kidding, the movie's actually pretty fun, even though, like Wish, it didn't get much attention. And it also has a case of character reuse, or at least heavy inspiration. the character in question is Ethan, the son of the main character. Maybe he looks a bit like someone you've seen in another Disney movie. If so, you're totally right. Ethan has several physical features that remind us of a character from Big Hero 6, Wasabi. The biggest difference between the two is definitely age, so much so that Ethan could easily be a younger version of Wasabi or even his younger brother. Sometimes it's not just characters that get reused, whole scenes do too. This happens a lot in 2D animation since about 24 illustrations are needed just to make 1 second of animated film. So, it's actually pretty common for animators to reuse old drawings and simply swap out the setting and characters. Disney did this a lot with their older cartoons to speed up the production process. This method was used in The Princess and the Frog, Disney's last traditionally animated film. In the scene where Louis the alligator talks about Mama Odie, the artist reused Madame Mim's movements from The Sword and the Stone to animate it. Another good example of scene reuse is in OKKO. This was a super fun Cartoon Network series that was sadly canceled, even though it was very popular. The silver lining is that most fans really enjoyed the final episode, though the show's original plans didn't call for it to end so soon. In the series finale, there's a scene that's almost a copy of a moment from the very first episode. But in this case, the purpose isn't just to reuse an old scene to make animation easier, it's actually meant to create an ending that references the beginning of the show. I think every fan of the show teared up when they realized that, or at least I hope it wasn't just me. But before we continue with the video, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our videos on the best animations around. Sound good? Cinderella is one of Disney's most beloved classics, and among its characters is Prince Charming's father, an older, round-bellied mustache king who rules over the story's kingdom. Interestingly, he looks an awful lot like another king from a Disney classic. I'm talking about King Hubert, the father of Prince Philip and Sleeping Beauty. The two are practically twins with their dad bods and bushy white mustaches. On top of that, they both seem eager to see their sons find a match. Wow, Disney, talk about creativity! And is it just me, or do they look a bit like Wally Walrus from Woody Woodpecker? Here's a unique case of character recycling. Casper the Friendly Ghost and Richie Rich were actually created as comic book characters before making it to the screen. Both characters came from Harvey Comics, which was eventually acquired by DreamWorks, meaning nothing stopping them from making a new Casper or Richie Rich movie. You may have noticed that the two characters' bodies look almost identical. It's like they're the same character, right? It's likely that Richie Rich, created in 1953, was based on the friendly ghost Casper, who first appeared in 1939. Just like fans think Riley and Andy's mom are the same person, many also believe Richie Rich and Casper could be connected. According to the theory, Casper might actually be Richie Rich after dying tragically and losing his memories, leaving him as a ghost searching for friends and adventure. Could it be true? It sends chills down my spine to think that these two characters might be hiding a creepy secret. That wraps up this video. If you want more of our content, click one of the 2 awesome videos we've left up on the screen. Thanks, and see you next time!